Okay, I want you to do this problem, and then I'm going to also tell you what your other assignment is. So I want you to, of course, you've got your Math Excel, which this should help you with your Math Excel. I want you to make sure you do your Chapter 19 outline by Monday. All right, and then do this problem. Okay, I want you to do it and stop my video before I give you the answer. Okay, I really just want you to try it. Okay, just do it for me because I want you to try to do it your best. I gave you a little bit of an outline of how to do it. All right, a random sample of 54 freshmen from a particular school in Texas were asked if they liked school. 32 of them responded yes. So I guess that should be liked school or like currently, past tense. Either way, I guess. Maybe Tanush, you can tell me. Create a 90% confidence interval of the proportion of Texas freshmen that said yes. Texas freshmen in this particular school, it should say. Okay, so I'm going to give you the acronym. We started this, but first of all, P, the parameter, the true proportion, finish that there. A, RILT, finish that there. N, name the interval. I, find the interval. So write that formula out. Remember with the numbers, not with the symbols. And then find the interval on the calculator or by hand, either way. To do on the calculator, it's Meng Stats confidence interval, 1 prop Z interval. And then write your conclusion and context. We didn't get to the conclusion for all of you guys, so I'm just going to help you with part of your conclusion. We are blank percent confident that and then you put whatever P is, the true proportion of, like you write it out, is contained in whatever the interval you find. Okay? All right, so you are conducting a 90% confidence interval. All right, stop my video. Okay. Hopefully you stopped my video. I want you to make sure you just try it by yourself to do it before I give you the answers. Okay, here's the answers. So P is equal to the true proportion of freshmen from a particular large school in Texas that said they like school. I literally just copied the stem of the question. Random samples given. It tells me the random sample is given there, so I just write given. That's it. Independent. Well, the random sample indicates that each freshman should indicate from each other that I have a random sample, so that gives me a pretty good guarantee that they're independent. Large sample, you got to do N, P hat, N, Q hat. I think I neglected when I would taught you guys this to remind you that it is actually P hat that we're doing. So that's going to be, I have 32 is N, P hat, and 22 is N, Q hat. And both of them are met, so we're set with that one. 10% rule, 10 times 54 is definitely less than all the freshmen at the particular high school because it did say it was a large school. So we're going to assume that we had, over 540 freshmen at the school, which we do at Dawson, and any other large school would also. Okay, so since the conditions are met, safe to proceed with the normal model. We name it, and the name is a 1 proportion Z interval. All right, there's 6 different intervals that we're going to be doing this year, but this is what we're starting out with. Okay, here is the interval, 32 over 54 plus or minus 1.64 square root 32 over 54 times 22 over 54 times divided by 54. I just want to review how I got that 1 over 64. Remember, I'm doing a 90% interval. So what 90% means is that center 90%. But remember, my calculator starts from here. My calculator and my chart start from here, and I'm looking for the z-score for here. So if I do 90%, I'm going to fall short, like, somewhere over here. So remember, this is 5%, and this is 5% because the total's 100. But if to go to that spot, that's going to be 5 plus 90, so that's going to be 95%. So I go to inverse norm on my calculator. Remember, inverse norm is menu, stats, distributions, inverse norm. And the area, because I'm going all the way past the 5%, past the 90 to get to this spot, is going to be 0.95. The mean and standard deviation are always 0 and 1 for this because I'm looking for a z-score. So anyway, so you come out to 1.64. So that's where the 1.64 comes from. The 32, of course, is given here. That's the 32 freshmen that like it. That's my x. 54 is my n. So that's my x and that's my n. P hat is always x over n, which is 32 over 54. If I were to show you what this would have been, that's p hat, that's z star, and this is p hat, q hat over n. All right, this here, what I got from my calculator. I'm just going to show you really fast how to get on the calculator. You're going to have to go to Menu, Stat, Confidence Interval. This is a 1 prop z interval. And you're just going to put 32 successes. That was my x. 52, and then the confidence level is 90%. I understand that to get that z-star, we put 0.95 in for area, but that was just finding a z-score. This is actually giving me my confidence level. So I just put in, it asked for a 90% confidence level. So I put that in, and, oh, I think I put the wrong, it was 32 out of 54. Yeah, so ignore this bottom one, because I actually put it in twice. So ignore this, what I got down here. Let's look at this. Okay, let's look at what these numbers mean. This here's the lower and that's the upper. So my confidence interval goes from 0.48261 to 0.702575. That p hat, remember where did I get that from? The p hat was that 32 over 54. And that gets me 0.59. Margin of, 54 is, of course, the bottom number. Margin of error, that's the second part. Let's remember this number, 0.109982. I'll show you where that comes from. That is just this here. That's the margin of error. And that was the 0.109882, I think. Try to remember it. Yes, 0.109982. Yeah, I was right. Okay, good. Okay, so that's the margin of error. So it's basically 32 over 54 plus or minus 0.109982. Right? That's the same thing. But I'm essentially looking for this interval. Finally, my C in panic is missing. The conclusion is we are 90% confident. So this here is just honestly, look, we are 90% confident, part 1. Okay, look, this is truly the stem of the question, that this here, that if you notice is just that. And then the last part you're going to write is lies in the interval right there. And that's, of course, comes from here. And that's it. Okay, so I hope you did well on this. I looked at the Math Excel, and you've got things that are similar to this. I am going to offer extra credit for this one. So extra credit for the Math Excel when you do work, but you're going to have to, when it asks for a confidence interval, you're going to have to do panic. So instead of Math Excel just ask for the interval, but I want you to do panic. Now, sometimes you're going to run into, if NP and Q, like in most of my classes yesterday, the NP and Q didn't pass. So let's pretend like it doesn't pass. Let's say this ends up being 8, and 8 is less than 10. Remember, we're going to continue here in when we're writing it out. We would say not met, but we're going to proceed with caution because the NP or whatever it was is less than 10. But on Math Excel, most of the times you're able to just stop because they just give you another problem that the conditions aren't met. Okay, anyway, remember the things I need you to work on. Of course, your Math Excel, Chapter 19 outline. This is, of course, due Saturday, I believe. This is due Monday in class. And then, of course, you're going to get your potential dice probability without Cameron. Cameron's like a double or nothing, triple or nothing, quadruple or nothing. You get one roll, and that's it on Monday. All right. Okay, guys. Love y'all. See you soon. Bye-bye.